So, good afternoon. I'm here with my daughter, Kenya Freeman. I'm Daryl Freeman. And we're cruising out over the Atlantic, headed down to our place in the Exumas. And my daughter, Kenya, is a second-year law student at the University of Tennessee. And Kenya, can you tell us about that experience? If there's a young person who wants to go to law school, what does it take to get prepared for that?
I think it takes someone who's willing to put in the work, and I think it takes somebody who's willing to tell somebody that they want to be a certain thing. So when I was going to law school, I was applying at times when people asked me what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be. I would tell them, oh, I'm not really sure, or things like that, and I realized that it was hindering me from being the best that I could be, because I knew that if I couldn't be a lawyer, if I didn't make it into law school, I didn't have to tell people that I had failed. And so later on, it kind of translated to when I actually eventually got into law school, and people said, well, what type of lawyer do you want to be? And I knew that I wanted to do transactions, and I knew I wanted to work at a bigger firm in Nashville, but you had to have a certain grade point average to do that. And so I wouldn't tell people, I'd say, you know, I'm not really sure. I think that wherever I get hired, I think that'd be a great place for me. But it kind of hindered me from being as determined, making the grades and things like that, because I knew that if I didn't make the grades and if I didn't get that job at the firm in Nashville, I wouldn't have to tell anyone that I had failed. So my advice to somebody who's trying to prepare for law school or for whatever it is to be successful, I would say tell people what you're trying to do so that you don't get to fail in silence.
Yeah, so that's a very good point. So I think what you just said is announce your goals publicly,
Right.
so that you will be held accountable
Right.
towards achieving them. And oftentimes people will say, well, that's not really my goal.
Right.
And what that does is it gives them a chance to fail in silence, a chance to fail privately. So I think that's a real important lesson in life. Whatever it is you want to be, announce it publicly. You're not bragging,
Right.
but you also, but what you are doing is you're kind of putting your back up against the wall. And if you tell enough positive people what you want to be, they will hold you accountable to what it is that you want to be. So that's a very interesting point. So very good for you. So your advice to young people is to set your goals and announce them, and then work hard towards achieving those goals. Do you have any advice for me?
For you?
Some old guy like 53 years old. What? Do you have any advice for me in life?
American 2295.
You know what?
Good afternoon.
I might. I would say listen to the young people.
Listen to the
Hear what they have to say, because they might not have the experience, but they do have a different perspective, and that can be very valuable.
Awesome. So I'm going to continue to listen to the young people. I'm setting that goal out front. I'm going to listen to young people. So signing off here at 26,000 feet over the Atlantic is Kenya Freeman, my daughter, my second born, who's a second-year law student, and myself, Daryl Freeman. And then we got some more Freeman kids in the back photobombing this video.